What I'm gonna do is this tier list is very similar to the jungler one. You guys like the jungle one a lot, so I'm just gonna try to make sure that you guys are updated the same way. I'm gonna go through all the mages and the hunters and the possible other characters that can be played mid. All right, so here we go. So I mean, Achilles, nobody. Agni, I think Agni's Masters. What do you think? I'm gonna check with Pika. Pika is playing in Europe right now. He's in the comp scene. He's a sick mid. So we're gonna take some words from him. You'll see it in the chat above. Yeah, I think Agni's S tier. I mean, great Soul Reaver proc, great Ethereal proc, great late game, great damage over the walls, good power farm. I mean, in general, Agni is pretty damn good. Only weakness is counter picks such as Thor, Daji, Fenrir, you know, those type of characters. But outside of that, if you're able to position properly, he can pump. AMC mid. I'm gonna say it's worse than it's ever been, I feel, but I think it could still be pretty strong. I don't think Bluestone is that good, but I think like a Bluestone, Heartseeker, Crusher type of build could still work. It feels good on Loki. It feels good on the other assassins, so I don't see why it wouldn't in mid. But I just feel like mid is too vulnerable for this character, for him to be A. Like, I feel like he can't get to mid camps without dying. Like, the mid camps are just too far. He can secure the left side, maybe. But I feel like he was just, if any jungler shows, he just dies. Yeah, map is too big. I agree. He's not, mid is too wide. I feel like he has good damage, but he's just in danger at all times. And the damage doesn't make up for the danger, if that's the way I feel. Alpwash. You know, I feel like Ethereal nerf actually hurts him really bad. How do you feel? I feel like he's with AMC. I feel like his damage is similar to AMC. I don't know. I feel like Ethereal nerf hurts him a bit, but he's just like an average. But I don't know. I feel like he's the same as AMC, like in terms of like he's a little bit more survivable, but his damage doesn't make up for it. Yeah, he's only a good pick versus healers. Anubis, shit. I think Anubis is better than both of them, especially to carry yourself to Masters. Yeah, I'm going to lower this. I have to feel the range of the letters. Because I'll move the characters around as I feel. Yeah, in ranked, I think Anubis is pretty damn good. He can do objectives. He can solo people. He can kill multiple people. I think he's pretty damn good. On her mid, I think it's pretty damn good. I think he has kind of weak clear, but he's really strong. He's very hard to kill with jumps since you can jump over green and red wall. I feel like he's pretty damn good. Afro mid, I think, is absolutely ass. I've played it, and like if you don't have like a carry, and this is to get yourself to Masters, so this shit is not getting you. This is not getting you to Masters anytime soon. Best role support. Yeah, do not play Afro mid. The kiss only does like 100 damage in a dream. Apollo mid, I'll add that for the Apollo homies. I think Apollo's really good. If you go the trans build, which is my favorite from mid, so you can rotate wherever you want, however you want, whenever you want. I think like a mid build like with crit is actually pretty good because you can go hybrid. So I think you can go something in the vicinity of like Death Toll, Transcendence, Fail Not into like an Xe, and it will do a lot of work, and you have a lot of rotation speed, and on top of that, you're global. So and on a big map like this, I feel like it feels really good. And on top of that, in a big map like this, split pushing is really good. I actually think it's better than On Her because of the split push potential in a map like this in this ranked state. Let's keep it flowing, Baba S Masters. I mean, oh, that's a Willix. Baba is definitely Masters. Sheesh. Yeah, Baba is definitely broken. I mean, in every aspect of the character. Impossible to kill, insane damage. I mean, that's all we have to say, really. Best mid in the game. Yeah, I actually felt like kind of weird putting her next to Agni. But Agni, it's because I'm thinking about comp and then thinking about ranked. You know, it's kind of confusing because comp, this character is way above Agni. But ranked, I feel like they're pretty hand in hand. I still think Baba's a bit stronger, more safe. But to carry yourself to Masters, I think she's side by side with Agni, if not a little bit better. Let's keep it rolling. Baron mid. If you want to lose, you can lock it in. I'm putting it won't carry. These characters will not carry you. Chang'e mid. Bro, I hate seeing Chang'e mids. I don't know about you guys. I absolutely hate seeing Chang'e mids. Like, I hate it. Like, I think she's good. Like, obviously she can kill one person, but like after that you're just nothing. She kills one person, right? Like, if you're a good Chang'e, you'll blink, ult, hopefully hit like a 2-man, grab beads, maybe kill one, and then that's it. That's your character. If they Aegis the ult, you're no longer a character. She can one tap. She really can't. She can if 6 slotted with red pot. But then I don't know. Then she's not even a character after the ult. I'm gonna keep her here at C. I feel like that's pretty fair. She can kill one person. Cherno mid is actually nuts. Absolutely nuts. Honestly, if you're a good Cherno, you can carry yourself simply with Cherno in mid. I feel like you will literally win the game if you know how to rotate and farm. He's a better Apollo. Alright, let's keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Chiron ability base is kind of ass right now. Bluestone isn't that strong. He's a safer AMC with less damage. And dude, everybody's too tanky, dude. Everybody's too tanky. It's actually, I honestly like if it was a kin size build, I'd put him at D. I mean at C. A Trans Crusher Heartseeker Bluestone build, bro, with Kepri, like any support backline with double auras, like your character does nothing. Yeah, I'm leaving him there. And it's so sad, man. I love Chiron, bro. I love Chiron. I love ability-based Chiron. One of my favorites, but man, he's so bad. His ability just do no damage. Chronos mid. I think Chronos mid is in the Masters. If you know how to play Chronos, you know how to power farm, we know how to, scale. You can 1v5 with that character. Little poly action. I actually played a Chronos with Boomba's poly, full power, and man, I was crushing. And obviously split push potential, fire giant potential, siege potential, 1v1 potential. I use Chronos pretty much. In my Bronze to Masters in one stream, I use Chronos like 40% of my games. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Cupid. I'm not even going to put Cupid in there. Discordia. I think Discordia is pretty damn good right now, actually. I like her team fight in the jungle. She has good clear, good pressure, good mid-camp control. Pretty safe depending on the matchup. I think she's pretty damn good. I think she's A tier. Eset. I think Eset is A tier as well. But not to carry yourself. Not to carry, though. I think she's more of a B to carry. But in general, she's an A tier character. But to carry yourself to Masters as a mid laner, Eset, she's good. But she's more of a team fight centric character. And if you don't have a team, which is pretty possible at 1800 MMR, you can only do so much. Let's keep it rolling, keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Hachi mid twerks. Hachi mid twerks. I think it's pretty damn good. I don't think it's like... it feels a little weird putting it next to Apollo because he doesn't have that global pressure, but he does have like some really good power spikes where he could just rotate and do a lot. Hebo's been at the top of the tier list for carrying ranked games since Hebo's been a character, which means since SMITE was made. They have no clue how to deal with this character. Hades mid. I actually have a Hades God request. Busted for a year, bro. He's been busted for 10 years. Alright, let's see. Hades, Hades is actually pretty decent in my opinion to carry yourself to Masters with lifesteal and knowing how... If you can hit a 4-man ult with like a full power, like hybrid full power, 4 or 5 items of power, one defense, I think you could actually do some good work. He has high pressure, he has good clear, he has good power farm potential. Only thing is like his split push is shit, but other than that, he's a great team fighter. Pika in chat, yeah, we're using Pika to help us out with the tier list, make sure we're secure and we got that second voice, and we're using chat's second voice. Usually I tell chat to go fuck off. No, I'm kidding. Sorry about that. Hel, thank you. Hel is, if you're Paul, it's as Masters. I think it's A tier. It's more consistent A tier. She does a lot of damage. She has really good. I think her healing puts her over that top to the masters. Because if you heal your noobs will tank more for you, allowing you to do more damage. So I mean, the kid is very strong right now in damage department. I think she's pretty good. I'm not sure if she's masters though. I feel like A tier is more consistent, but I feel like the healing just tips her over. I'm gonna put her there. Hera, bro. I think I really think this character is absolute ass. And I know there's some good Hera players out there. I don't even know what that means to say she's a good Hera player. She's so bad, right? Like she doesn't have enough power. Like for me, she just dies. Anywhere she goes. She dropped her ult, you hopefully get your 2, and then you 1 your feet, you shield and you're dead. Yeah, I don't really think she's very good to 1v5. I'm going to put her at B. I think she has the damage to 1v5, but her kit isn't strong enough. She just falls over. Maybe C. Yeah, I put her next to Chang'e. She tilts me. Yeah, Cleo mid, I forgot. I didn't put Cleo mid. I think Cleo mid's like an A to carry yourself at a ranked game. She's really slow in the early game, and I think if you're trying to climb, you could just fall behind and before Cleo can play. So I'm going to leave her at the A tier. I don't think she's quite masters. Let's continue through the tier list. Yeah, you need to make it late. Once you're 5 slot with Cleo, you can 1v5, but you could very easily lose before you get to 5 slot with Cleo. She has no fight. Yeah, people just don't respect the walls, so like you just get cooked. Let's keep it rolling. Janus. Jeez, that's my boy. You guys know that's my boy, but I'm gonna say A to be fair. I just think people are so bad with Janus. Like they don't understand his spikes, his movement. They don't understand how to use the ult for movement in the early game. They don't know how to give people their portals. They don't know how to power farm. There's so many things. Yeah. 95% of Janus players are D tier. But if you're one of the 5% Januses that can hit claps, global, power farm, do everything, he's A tier. Yesterday I had a crazy Janus game. I went like 22-2 and like 20 with Janus in like 61-minute game. I might upload it just so you guys can watch a movie. All right, let's keep it rolling. Where's Cuckoo? But I feel like Izzy, I'll put Izzy in there. I think she's like a B tier, similar to On Her. High pressure, good damage, good split push, good siege, average team fight. I've been talking about Cuckoo for a good bit. I think he's actually really good right now. Because I think you can get to your items regardless. And I think he has great objective control. He has really good team fight. He has good power farm. I feel like he has everything in the kit to really win a game other than CC immunity. But if you have good positioning, I think you can take over a fight. And he's the only mage getting to 1k power, 900 power consistently without all the extra buffs. Let's keep it rolling, keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Merlin. Ooh, man, this guy's been at the top of the pyramid for a long time, but he has fallen gracefully. Especially in this type of tier list, like in comp level, Merlin is always going to be that master, you know, that S tier, that A tier. But I think for carrying rank games, he's too slow. He farms. You need 6 slots, you need 5 slots, you need a really good front line. You need a lot of things for this character to perform, in my opinion, and carry yourself. How do you feel about that? Yeah, in ranked, he is so mid to me. He is so average to me in ranked. He needs he needs that good front line. Yeah, I think he's B tier. He doesn't really carry like that. He's too slow to ramp up. Yeah, no, he's definitely much better in camp. All right, so we're keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it. Yo, I'll do some in. I feel like can kind of crack, but I'm gonna leave it here. I don't think it's any better than the On Her. And you guys know I always say this in my tier list. This character, chat. This character is the most free MMR ever, guys. I feel bad saying this. Like I don't even want to say it because I don't want you guys to play it. But God, it's so good, chat. It is so broken. He is so broken, bro. I lose like 200 MMR. I go Fire Blink Kuzenbo. I win the game. Facts, Pika. What's up? What's up, Ashitaka? Ashitaka Nago? Woo! Thanks for the 3 months. Really appreciate it. Morgan Le Fay, you know, I think Morgan Le Fay is up there to carry ranked. I feel like she is very good to carry ranked. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if she's Masters level. I think she's like A tier or Masters. She's between these two. Because her damage isn't like 1v5, but if you can, you know, space out and position properly, it can be over time. I think I'll put her in Masters. You know, I feel really good about Morgan Le Fay, you know, just helping you climb. She is definitely a good pick. Like, you see her available. You see a good team. You see a team that doesn't have many knock-up immunities. I mean, she is going to do work. Neath mid is absolute. It's between, oh shit, it's between like C or B. I'm gonna say B since we have Deuce and B. I mean, I think the global is pretty good in this big ass map. Like the global, like, you know, just having a Neath stun, a Neath ult coming to side lanes on blue invades and purple invades, I feel like it's really good. Chang'e is better than Neath. They're similar. Chang'e just kills one person late. Neath can kill multiple depending on what build you go. If you go like Kins, I feel like Hidden Blade is garbage. Yeah, no, but Hidden Blade is garbage. Bluestone is garbage. Crusher, Heartseeker, I mean, they're all right. I feel like a hybrid Kin size build with Transcendence could actually do work with Neath. I'm gonna leave her in C. I feel like that's pretty fair. I don't want you guys locking in Neath and backflipping into walls. Nox mid to carry yourself out of ranked. C tier. Wa, yo, I think Wa is actually pretty decent. Literally, you press 4, you take half the team at 6 slots. You take half the team to 60%. I mean, if your team doesn't win that fight, they weren't gonna win with any character you played. I feel like Wa is pretty good. A lot of procs. Safe early game. A lot of farming. Olorun mid. That shit, you can't carry. It has to be like 4 non-CC immune ults and no way to catch you in your ult. And you can't even rotate to mids. You just die. You just have to ult. 120 seconds. You know, I feel pretty good about, you know, actually I have someone in chat that always makes me play Purse, and I've actually respected her a little bit more. Her damage is okay. She's just so inconsistent. She won't carry you, but she has good damage. If her ult has high value, she's good. If it doesn't, your damage is average. Yo, I think Poseidon, if they fix her 1 and let her go through walls, she would literally jump like a tier and a half maybe, but I think Poseidon is Masters. I mean, that character power farms, running lane to lane with Doom Orb and Krakening or Coin or whatever you want to do. You've power farm. Power farm is so important on this big map since you're getting to that 30-minute mark very consistently. So having the 6 slots, upgraded actives, and a red pot is really good. So I think Poseidon is really good in this meta, actually, very good. Definitely to carry yourself out of ranked. Raijin is pretty bad. I mean, he had a little love. I mean, a little buff, and then Ethereal got nerfed, so now he's even weaker than he was. You just interrupt his damage too easily. He doesn't do enough damage. I'll put him at B. Maybe C tier. I think is more fair for him. Raw is as good as you hit snipes, man. Raw is literally how good of a Raw are you? But to carry yourself to Masters, he's alright. He's definitely. I would not pick Raw if I'm trying to ramp up MMR. Definitely a B or a C. Probably C. He needs setup. Yeah, it's definitely a C. I'm not gonna cut it. I mean, I love Raw, so I was about to give him some extra love. Scylla is definitely Masters tier to 1v5. One of the only characters, like I said, remember I talked about Cuckoo, like the passive helping you with that power? I mean, Scylla's in the same boat. Getting that free power is so good. And then her builds are pretty good. Once you get to 6 slot red pot, and red buff Poly, like she is one tapping. So I think Scylla is definitely one of those 1v5 master, you know, climb to masters type of mid laners right now. Scotty, of course, I know there's so many Scotty lovers out there. I'll put Scotty at a solid B. It's even I don't even think that's a B. I think he is a C. It's like all these, like, remember AMC, Scotty, all the mids, Neath, like they're just dead. Bluestone is just so weak. You're not strong early. You're not strong late. Like, why even pick this character? That's the way I kind of feel with these hunter mids, these ability-based hunter mids. I feel like Soul's pretty damn good to carry yourself at a Masters and mid. I mean, you're just ramping up off Bastions. You have high pressure. You clear mids. You have good ability base. You can go lifesteal build. I feel like she's pretty damn good. I don't know if she's top of the... I don't think she's top of the... I feel like she does fall off late game, but in that early mid, you can do a lot. Morrigan. The Morrigan. The Morrigan is more of an A. She definitely has that carry potential. I don't know if it's 1v5. It's very situational on who you're playing versus like what transformations you have. So it's kind of unfair to put her at Masters. I feel like, yeah, you just can't one shot. Yeah, you can't one shot. You have to hit like the perfect spike. You have to be 6 slot, have a 500 pot, get red buff, probably have FG, and now you finally one shot a backliner, like not even a front, like a backliner, which is like 35 minutes usually. But I feel like the Morgan, because of the transformation, has that extra amp up, right? So you blink, you know, whatever you invis, you 1, poly 2, and then you transform. That guy's probably dead, and then you could probably reset, come back into the fight. I'll leave her at the 8s here. I feel pretty good about that. I feel like Thoth is really good right now. I've been feeling so good with Thoth. What do you guys feel? I feel like that Thoth feels amazing on this wide open map. I feel like I'm just free casting over walls, and I feel like he cooks. Like I almost 1v5 sometimes. Yeah, he has the similar problems to Agni, right? Like Fenrir's OP, like Dodgy, Thor, like all these characters that he just cook him. But to carry yourself to Masters, he's definitely up there. You want to know another character? I'm going to skip Tiamat, but Vulcan is underrated, bro. Vulcan is so underrated. I don't see Vulcans anywhere. And every time I play Vulcan, I go like 15-2, 15-1. Like, he feels really strong. His damage is really high, I feel. His early pressure is really strong with turret. He has insane, you know, that 1k damage spike, like that 1k ult late game. Yeah, you just have to be able to hit everything consistently. Yo, Wooly. Thank you, Gio. Appreciate it. 21 months, man. Welcome back, OG. Appreciate you, bro. Tiamat, you know, I feel like Tiamat, this is the way I feel about Tiamat. I feel like Tiamat is too slow. Tiamat reminds me of Merlin, but a better version of Merlin in the aspect of 1v5ing. Like, it's like Merlin's like ramp up speed, but once you get to that late game, you kind of don't need the tank, while Merlin still needs the tank. So how do you guys feel about that take? I feel like that's kind of the way I'm feeling. It's like Merlin still needs the frontline late game to be able to free cast, but the Tiamat can kind of like, you know, do his damage and then jump in and still take out maybe 1 or 2. Yo, Adderall with the big old 1 year, man. Thanks for throwing that prime my way. Damn, this character fell off a cliff, bro. They nerfed this character so hard. This character cannot 1v5. He reminds me of like purse damage. You know, he's a bit safer. Does okay damage. I think B is pretty fair. I think C would be like a kind of too low. His damage is still okay, and he's still pretty safe. He could proc well. I feel like that's pretty fair. I think B is fair for you, Huang. I'd argue he's better than Morgan, like Morgan and Fate, or the Morgan. He's better than the Morgan. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't agree with that. All right, let's keep it rolling. Zeus honestly is underrated. He just dies, but bro, you can kill 3. you can kill 3 in that time. He's similar to Merlin, right? Like he's much faster than Merlin for one, and but he needs like that. Still needs a little bit of front line, but like compared to Merlin, if 3 people jump you, you 2-1 your feet and ult your feet, press 3. Like you did what you needed to do. If your team doesn't win that fight, I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I like him at A. I feel like he does a shit ton of damage. You just need good positioning. Marty is definitely fucking toasted. He's definitely in that Masters tier. Marty is so toasted. So, well, I mean, he got nerfed a good bit, but he's still toasted. Still toasted. Ixchel for me is at that Masters tier list, in the tier list. I mean, I love Ixchel. I might be a little bit biased, but her damage is there. She is strong early. She is strong mid. Only thing is she's a little bit hard to kill. I mean, a little bit easy to kill in those transitions, but she really isn't, you know. When you look at her kit for that base value, you're like, oh, she's so easy to kill. But then, you know, whatever, you're a Willix or you're Baka, you jump on her. I mean, Baka has a good matchup, in my opinion. But anyone that jumps on him, you 3-2-1 your feet. That guy takes like 60%. You get healed. You know, her turn and burn is very, very good. And her 1v5 potential is very, very good. So I'm going to leave her at Masters. I feel pretty confident about that. Let's go. Now let's recap for some of these characters that we didn't touch up. Set is Set. I mean, in the jungle tier list, he's Masters. In the mid tier list, he's Masters. Definitely, you know, Set is Set. He's top of the food chain. That character's kid. Yo, I think Zhang Kui is heavily underrated. I don't see any Zhang Kuis, and I have no clue why. Zhang Kui is busted. Tell your friends, it's busted. He does stupid damage, and he is hard to kill. 2-second stun at level 1, exactly. That's another thing, and Zero Host is always doing some wild shit. But yeah, I mean, Zero Host usually fucking finds something that, you know, that is really good, and I mean, I love that guy. That guy is he's really smart, and he's really amazing at the game. Honestly, I love Zero Host. I've known him, dude. I have pictures of Zero Host, me and him. I actually have a story with Zero Host. Wait, let's finish this tier list. Let me recap on anybody. One time me and Zero Hoes are the first time ever. We're baking it. We're waking and baking at Worlds in the car, and then we're so lit. And he looks at me and he's like, "Bro, why do you call me Zero Hoes?" I'm like, "Bro, that's not how you pronounce it." He's like, "No, bro." And I'm like, "Bro, that's the way I'm gonna pronounce it for the rest of my life." And 10 years later, I'm still saying that shit. Every time me and him get together, it's a fucking great time. I love that guy, man. I miss him. Let's see. I'll do a couple more mid. So Uller, man. Every time I look at Uller, I think about my frames start dropping in real life. Realistically, he's like an A tier, I feel. Uller is an ability-based hunter with bad abilities. Let that sink in. Uller is an ability-based hunter with bad abilities. The damage is too low on his abilities. Like, all right, so Uller back in the day used to be ridiculously strong early game, right? And then he only scaled from there. Now he's horrible early game, horrible mana pool. You don't do anything until you finish stacking trans. And even when you finish stacking trans, you only have 10% CD, so you can't even cast enough to kill these people after 9.5. Then you finally get Joans, then you get Hydras. At this point, you're kind of strong, but not really because you only have 10% pen. Then you get Crusher, and finally you can start hitting frontline a bit. Then you get Heartseeker, and then you finally become strong at Heartseeker. So even then, like, it's still like even at Heartseeker, you don't have Bloodforge because you can't afford space in the build. So like you're just not that Uller, you know. You can't 1v5. You're just like an artillery mage, pretty much like a Thoth. You're a wannabe Thoth with a stun. But Thoth is stronger than Uller early game, as crazy as that sounds. Isn't that crazy? Or Uller just fell off a cliff, man. Unfortunate. All right, let's keep going. And the frames, let's not even talk about the frames. But that's Sylv. I think we're going off the off the Heki there. We do the Sylph. I think that's about it. I think that's every mid that you'd want to know that's an S. Nah, Freya's not a mid. Alright, so these are the characters. I feel like this looks pretty fair across the board. Let's start moving a little bit. Chiron is here. She has to drop. He has to drop. I mean, like, Raw is pretty good right now in this meta, but, like, 1v5, you need setup. You need a lot of things for Raw to be so strong. Yeah, Ishtar is just pretty much another hunter. Yeah, I think she's okay. She has good pressure, but that pressure doesn't transition into anything other than mid camps. So, and it's contested mid camps because she doesn't have good secure. Like, I'd prefer to have a Jingwei over an Ishtar mid. The only thing Jingwei, I mean, the Ishtar has at that point is just an ult and waiting for kin size, right? I think that's what the character is, pretty much. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. Really appreciate you guys. Shout out to my boy Pico. Shout out to chat for helping us. Making sure we got a secure tier list. Mid tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed.